So my name is Alynn. I'm the Senior Director of Engagement, overseeing mostly outreach, in-reach intake, and anything pre-enrollment. I love working at LA Family Housing because there's a constant need to reinvent and re-energize what we're doing and always looking at what we can do better, but celebrating what we've done really well. I think there's a lot of freedom for creativity here, and I really, really appreciate that. I am most excited for just this new kind of coordination of looking at how we provide services, that it's not just homeless services and it's not just mental health services and we all interact when we have to, but we're looking at it from a holistic problem and trying to figure out how we can solve it together. And I'm also really excited about kind of the real estate side of it. It's something new for me to learn, and I find it really fascinating with a nonprofit providing services but also developing real estate. I worked in homelessness because I got into it because I found the problem really interesting and complex, and the solution to be really simple. It's housing, and there isn't anything more to ending homelessness than that. It won't solve mental health issues and it won't solve substance use, but we can end homelessness with housing. And I stay in homeless services because as I continued to work through it, I just saw that everyone who ends up in homeless service agencies are the people that just no other system was able to help, and they're our most vulnerable. And I just think if we're going to start somewhere, starting with our most vulnerable is probably the best place to do it. So a memorable moment from my work probably goes back to when I was a case manager at a family shelter back in Canada. And I got this family on my caseload, and everyone had worked with them before, and all these old school case managers who had been there forever said best of luck. And in my head, I was determined to help this person. It was a single mom and her teenager. They were Indigenous, had gone through a lot of systems, and I worked with her for 1.5 years. I moved her 3 times in my Volkswagen Beetle. And then finally I got her into permanent supportive housing with her son. And we moved her in that day, and she started crying and saying that this is the first place she's walked into that felt like home. And her kid told me, like, I really just hope that I can get through school now that we have this place. And I don't think I'll ever forget that everything I did was worth it, and they did so much more for themselves than I was ever able to do.